Hey Trevor, so there was also an issue with your item class. You had this function down here, set room, which has this items dot equals room. If we look here under items, items is a string object. Okay. This compiles okay, but let me just be clear about what we're trying to do here. When you say equals, so we're calling equals on a string item. So let's look that up here. If we go to the Java class libraries and look at string objects, let's find string here. If we look up equals, okay, equals compares this string to the specific object. So it's going to compare your string to the it's going to compare your string to the room object. The result is true if and only if the argument is not null and is a string object. So if this object is not a string object, it's going to return false. And is a string object that represents the same sequence of characters as this object. Okay. So for example, if we had, let's close this for a second. If we had a string equal to hello, and we said we could say A equals hello. Well, let's print out so we can see what that value is. System.out.println A equals hello. Returns a true. Okay, so that value is true. Or if we just, I think we can just, okay, so it returns a Boolean value, a true or a false. Okay, and if we said A equals, and then any, let's make a, how do we make a room object? A room with a description, right? So we could say room equals new room hello. We could name the room hello, but oh, sorry. Room R, let's say, equals new room hello. We could name the room hello, but since it's a room object, it's not going to be equal to the string object. So let me just, actually, let me clear this. Because see, we had a true before right here. I'm going to clear this terminal for a second and print out, if we said system.out.println, just so we can print out A equals R, that's false because a string object is not equal, automatically a string object is not equal to a room object. So we could, if we had a string B equals hello, now A and B are equal because they're both strings and they both stand for the same thing. A equals system equals B. That's true. Okay, so let's see, we're in item. Okay, so this is going to return. This is always going to return a value of false, and you have this as a void method. So this method doesn't return anything. So basically, this doesn't cause anything to happen. This method, and I think what you're trying to do, it kind of looks like what you were trying to do was store the room with the item. That's what it looks like from your game thing here. When you're creating the items, it looks like you're trying to associate, it looks like you're trying to put the artifact in the war room and the pamphlet in the art room and so on. So let's talk about how we do that, okay? I guess if we look at these are the exercises having to do with item and associating items with rooms. So we'll look at that in the next video.